first on this channel. In this video we will have our discussion on understanding the or establishing a correlation between Jupiter and Ketu in our life. So guys, as you know that Jupiter is the most important planet in our life because Jupiter is the significator of so many areas in our life, so many houses in our natal chart. Over and above that, when we talk about Ketu, Ketu is the only window in our chart which could give you a sneak, which could give you insight into your past lives as well. So guys, the chemistry between these two planets are very important to understand. So guys, lately I've been uploading a lot of content which is somehow closely which comes close to the Nadi Jyotish as well, but I'm primarily focusing more on the Prashari concept and trying to establish a soul level connection between the planets. So guys, following the same pattern, because in one of my past upload where I talked about the surrounding planets around the placement of Saturn in our natal chart, then in the last upload we had our discussion on that in whichever houses moon is going to be placed from the Jupiter, what could this indicate? After that, a lot many people started asking me about that, how can I figure out about the blessings of the past, like in this lifetime which area I have acquired some sort of blessings because of my past life deeds or actions. So as per my calculations guys, it's not only that in your natal chart the kind of lagna you have, the kind of moon nakshatra you have got, because our soul chooses to take birth in the specific planetary alignments only to endure and go through all the karma which you have accumulated. But definitely guys, when it comes down to the celestial bodies and their correlation between each other, that can also give us a deeper insight. So yes guys, following the same pattern, in this video we will try to understand and we will try to establish a connection between Jupiter and Ketu in your natal chart. So in short, if Jupiter represents blessings and if Ketu represents the past, so what kind of blessings you have acquired in this lifetime, or in which specific area of your life those blessings are going to be manifesting their results. Guys, in order to land to this video, I even looked at the chart of so many spiritually enlightened beings as well. Like I looked at the chart of Anandmayi Ma. So in her case, guys, as you can see that her Venus is exalted right over there in her first house, ascendant lord. Jupiter is also exalted in the 5th house, but just because you have to establish a connection between the Jupiter and Ketu. So her Ketu is placed second from Jupiter. So that also tells about that somehow her preaching, her kind of blessings, like the way we say this thing, Vak Siddhi. I always say this thing guys, that an astrologer is merely an accountant of the celestial heavenly bodies. Calculation part of astrology is or can be connected with Mercury as well, but in order for you to have that potency in your prediction, that whatsoever you will say, even without looking at the chart, that will come out to be true. And that is the only reason guys, like astrology takes into use looking at someone's planetary alignments, looking at the natal chart. But what about the palmist? What about the face reader? If the planetary presence or vibration in your life could be studied from your chart, that can also be studied looking at your face as well, looking at your palm as well. So the point which I am saying over here is that it's the Ketu only which can give you this power that whatsoever you will speak, that will come true. So that can be said as or while looking at the chart of Anandmayi Ma. After that guys, even if we will look at the chart of Raman Maharishi as well, in his case as well, his Ketu was placed 5th from the Jupiter. Now guys, as per the Nadi Shastra, over there they call it a Pitra Dosha as well, but definitely guys, anything to do with the devotion, anything to do with the bhakti, and whenever there is any of the alignment of the 5th which comes, that also tells about the purity of the soul as well. And lastly guys, even if we will look at the chart of Osho as well, in Osho Rajneesh's chart as well, his Ketu was placed 3rd from the Jupiter. So in the Nadi Shastra there has been lot many doctrines which are written over there, because a lot many times it can create contradiction as well. The time period till 36th year of your life might be filled with struggle, but generally because whenever the 3rd or the 11th alignment comes, it is a alignment of just kind of a taboo breaking maneuver and approach of yours. And that is the only reason guys, Osho only primarily focuses on the soul. He was a chief advocate of purity of the soul, of your thoughts, rather than giving more weight towards the prescribed religious path and religious austerities and religious doctrines. So okay guys, now let's just start our discussion. We will briefly try to touch this alignment, this concept, and whatsoever your findings are, whatsoever is getting applicable in your chart, please feel free to write in the comment section of this video. So guys, starting first with, let's say for example, if you have Jupiter and Ketu conjunct in your chart. So guys, this in a way tells about that your blessings are somehow encrypted in this lifetime in your overall existence. That in itself tells about that it's not like that one specific area of your life is going to be getting brightened up because of the past good deeds or religious austerities performed by you. It's just like that wheresoever your life ended in the past lifetime, in whichsoever chakra your energy was concentrated with the consistent efforts in the past lifetime, whatsoever faith you were living with in the past lifetime, you will manifest the similar qualities, very potent similar qualities in this lifetime as well. And definitely guys, because Jupiter Ketu is a typical alchemist yoga, like the way all those people who are very blessed in their speech, in the prophecies, they could be very good in all these kind of Reiki or healing or tarot reading. So I would say that Jupiter Ketu conjunction not only make you proficient in astrology and numerology, these sciences, but also all those sciences which are very strongly, deeply intuitive driven as well. So yes guys, that is what my assessment of Jupiter Ketu conjunction is. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Ketu to be placed second from the Jupiter. So guys, like the way we always say this thing that it's the result of all the actions of your past lifetime as well, that the kind of sanskaras you are born with, the kind of talents you possess, like the way if divinity actually wants to bestow the good results of all of your actions, all of your karma. So it's not like that you have to be born in a wealthy family only, or you have to be born in such a family where you will be given all the favorable circumstances in the early half of your life. A lot many times what happens is that even if you are deprived of all the amenities and necessary support in the life, but destiny and the God and divinity has blessed you with a very kind of magical voice, and that has only become a reason for your success, for your earning, for your livelihood, for the fame. So, and lot many times guys, like the way we say this thing that whenever we talk about all those people who have got Vak Siddhi, so generally that is the combination where you will find that Jupiter to be placed like Ketu to be placed second from the Jupiter. But guys, when we talk about in the material world, over there generally in lot many cases, if this axis is not working out constructively, then in lot many cases where people get betrayed in good faith as well. Like generally we say this thing that even if you have to become a guarantor in any of the financial dealing of your known people, you have to be very careful that someone might get default, someone might default some of the financial like dealing, and just because you have become a guarantor over there, you will be in trouble. But in general guys, the kind of family, immediate family environment you are born in, the kind of nourishment you have received or you will receive, a lot is dependent on the blessings which are coming from the past lifetime as well. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Ketu to be placed third from the planet Jupiter. So guys, this is a typical alignment where generally it has been seen that because whenever we talk about Ketu being third from the planet Jupiter, this is a kind of a very headstrong and aggressive placement for the Ketu. So in lot many cases, if you will find that the whole natal chart is is more driven to aggression and energy, like there are certain nakshatras, like let's say for example your Ketu is placed third from the planet Jupiter and your moon nakshatra is Kritika, your moon nakshatra is Ardra, your moon nakshatra is Purvashadha. So irrespective of being showcasing all the faith, all the religious austerities, being on the righteous path, you still have that rebelliousness in your body language. And a lot many times guys, it has been seen that life till 36 years of age is filled with struggle, but after that native starts to succeed in the life. And just because guys, here we are talking more from the perspective of the blessings from the past. So how proficient you are in any skill, that might also tell about, like I would rather simplify it, that your learning capacity, your quest for knowledge, or your kind of curiosity for the acquisition of knowledge is somehow interrelated and connected with how much of the blessings and good merits you have earned from the past lifetime. Now guys, let's say for example, if you will find Ketu to be placed fourth from the planet Jupiter. So guys, see guys, a lot is dependent on the dignity of these two planets, because if we will go by the classical text over there, it has been written over there that native might find a difficulty to be contented at one place. And just because if you will find this alignment to be very accentuated, like your moon nakshatra is of Ketu, or Ketu is placed in your first house, or Ketu is placed in the fourth house, it is 4 places ahead of the planet Jupiter, but Ketu somehow is influencing your first house, your fourth house, your moon nakshatra. So even the kind of birthplace information can also be acquired from this. Like let's say for example, you might be born in your maternal side relative's house, or like in Vastu we say that the prominence of Ketu, that you might have a very corner house where you are born in a lane. Your house might be located at a corner. So a lot many ways this can be decoded, but definitely guys, this is a kind of a typical alignment where we say this thing that anything to do with the contentment and peace is somehow connected with the blessings, or this come as a blessing for the native. Like the way, no matter how much amenities and comforts you have in this life, but you are still very annoyed, you are still never satisfied, all the time complaining, and any of the domestic major issue or crisis could also be connected with that this excess is not working out harmoniously. Or let's say for example, if you are blessed with a very harmonious domestic life, like being born in a family where all the resources came very easy to you, then this also tells about the blessings coming in from the past. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Ketu to be placed fifth from the planet Jupiter. So guys, in lot many scriptures it has been explained as generally whatsoever happens in the form of your relation with your children is a direct after effect of the deeds done by you in the past. So let's say for example, if your overall chart is indicating that your fifth house is unafflicted and your fifth house lord is well placed, so whatsoever talent your progeny will manifest, that is somehow is connected with your own deeds or the blessings which are getting manifested. But let's say for example guys, if we will find Ketu to be placed fifth from the planet Jupiter, and in the overall chart there are like so many of the Pitra dosha, like ancestral curses and all. Like for example, your moon is hemmed between Saturn and Rahu, or your moon is of Gandanta conjunct with Ketu and all, it is placed in the 8th house. Then along with this, if Jupiter is like Ketu is fifth from the planet Jupiter, then this is going to be a question mark over there. Religious austerities will be needed in order to get the dosha removed. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Ketu to be placed sixth from the planet Jupiter. So guys, this is a kind of a typical combination where your capacity to endure difficulties, hardship, or how formidable you could be in any of the threatful situation is generally connected with, or this generally come as a blessing to the native. Like the way guys, okay, I do not remember the chart of Nelson Mandela, or when we talk about Martin Luther King, or this could be the case of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well, who from being sidelined in his current political party rose to become the whole nation's favorite, and not only worked on the economy, on other areas, but also in the religious fervor as well. So yes guys, there are so many cases. So somehow we say this thing that the blessings which comes to you in the form of strength, power, endurance is somehow connected with this alignment, or which might be connected with the past as well. And generally guys, with this alignment we also say this thing that if you have this alignment or someone has this alignment, so that native is divine protected while being challenged or threatened. So be very careful while picking up enmity or fight with someone with this sort of alignment. There might be some god which might be protecting him. Now guys, when we talk about Ketu to be placed 7th from the planet Jupiter, so guys, this could be one of the combination which tells about your experiences within the matrimonial life. A lot many times guys, what happen is that irrespective of finding all the yogas in the chart, and native who wants to be mingle, who wants to be in a proper marriage or matrimonial match, so irrespective of having all the good yogas, things are not happening for that person. And even astrologers sometimes get perplexed that irrespective of all the astrology principles getting verified, why things are not happening. So in those kind of circumstances and scenarios, some sort of some sort of obstruction coming in from the past deeds of the native could be responsible for that. So this is a typical alignment which will give answer to that. Your experiences and undertakings within the matrimonial bond, like are you being blessed with such a like kind of compatible partner who is responsible for all the happiness, all the success in your life, or all the major miseries and troubles in your life are being caused by your partner? We can relate with this. Now friends, if you will find Ketu to be placed 8th from the planet Jupiter, so guys, this is a typical alignment which tells about that nature and omens will be responsible for either safeguarding you or for your fall. So in lot many cases guys, we have seen that someone who was about to undertake a trip which could have landed him in problem or some sort of major harm, and at the last minute this person got some hunch, got some instinctive feeling and all, and he withdrew himself from that trip. And in lot many cases where we find people getting deserted or they became a victim of the natural calamity and all, and in lot many cases guys, this is also typical alignment where you could be a faith healer, and some sort of talents to heal people or heal the world is something which has been acquired or which come to you as a blessing in this lifetime. Trust me guys, I have been to all those places back when I used to live in India, where you go to that darbar, and all what you have to do is that you have to take certain rice with you, and that person, that healer, will look at the rice and he will tell you about your problem. So those kind of magical powers, healing powers could also be attached with this alignment, which your soul has earned as a blessing. Now guys, when we talk about Ketu to be placed 9th from the planet Jupiter, so guys, this is a typical alignment where we say this thing that time period till 42nd of year might be mediocre, but after 42nd year, native not only progress in the material world but also become very religious, very spiritual as well. And definitely guys, because now Ketu is 9th from the planet Jupiter, so some sort of good blessings only will keep on guiding you, helping you, safeguarding you in all major areas of your life. So this is a good combination where we generally say this thing that whether this your Kul Devta, whether your ancestors, whether nature and omens, they will always safeguard you, they will always protect you. Now guys, let's say for example, if we will find Ketu to be placed 10th from the planet Jupiter. So guys, this is kind of a typical alignment where it has been seen that during the birth of the native or after the birth, whatsoever circumstances father will go through or family will encounter will give you this information that what kind of deeds you have earned from the past life, or what sort of blessings has come to you, or you are coming in this life with those sort of blessing. So you can fairly check with your parents that what were the circumstances of your family when you were born. Like guys, I still remember, like I have like 4 all benefic planets in the Aquarius, and my father has got Aquarius Lagna, and that's what they say that right at the time when I was born, my father's fortune in his job and his society related dealings and all, everything, all the matters got suddenly uplifted. So this is how we can correlate each other's birth chart as well within the family. So yes guys, and somehow the actions will perform in this lifetime that will somehow be connected with the blessings or the suffering which is coming in from the past lifetime as well. A lot many times, guys, when we come across all those cases, all those people who become victim of circumstances, they get accused of something which they have not even done. And sometimes what happens is that people progress very rapidly in their line of work, their branding, like in whichever field you are in. If you have a niche of your name, if you have carved a brand name of yourself, then that in itself tells about that your Ketu is strong, because Ketu is like a hoisted flag. After that, guys, if you have Ketu to be placed 11th from the planet Jupiter. So guys, this is kind of a typical alignment which tells about that your undertaking with the close knit circle will be somehow connected with the kind of blessing or suffering which is coming in from the past lifetime. Because guys, as you know this thing that in today's day and age, in order for us to progress in the life, the way dots get connected in the lives of these successful people are that they keep on getting introduced at the right opportunity, right people who keep on connecting the dots for their success, for their progress. So, but generally it has been said with this kind of alignment that, be very cautious and careful the kind of people you associate yourself with, because the biggest of the blessings and suffering to you might come from people who are close to you. And lastly, guys, let's say for example, if you have your Ketu to be placed 12th from the planet Jupiter. So that also tells about that when we talk about your instincts, your conscious awareness, psychic awareness, that will be somehow connected with the kind of deeds or blessings which are coming into you during this lifetime. So let's say for example, if you are very intuitively very aware, your psychic awareness is very strong, then we can say this thing that this energy is working out in your case as a form of a blessing. But let's say for example, you always get cheated in the name of good faith, or all those people who have faced some sort of drowning incident or threat from the nature, life threat. Here I'm not talking about the general harm. Here I'm talking about that you were about to lose your life because of some natural calamity and all. So this could be a after effect of this alignment in your case, the way Ketu is working in tandem with the Jupiter in your natal chart. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For furthermore updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyawad.